Stop. Before you eat another healthy seed snack today, you need to hear this. 4 dangerous seeds you should never touch, and 4 you must eat daily if you're over 60. They told us seeds are healthy, full of fiber, heart-friendly. But new research shows that some of the most popular seeds seniors eat every week can accelerate aging, inflame joints, and damage blood vessels. One study in the Journal of Gerontology found that just one common seed raised inflammation markers by 67% in seniors in only 3 weeks. And here's the scary part. 99% of people over 60 have no idea. The number 1 seed on the danger list may be sitting in your kitchen right now. And the number 1 seed on the good list helped one of our patients walk pain-free again. Everything you're about to hear is backed by peer-reviewed science and real patient outcomes. Before we begin, what seeds do you eat daily? And have you ever noticed bloating, joint pain, or fatigue afterward? Drop your answer in the comments. We read and reply to everyone. Let's start with the seeds you need to eliminate first. The 4 worst seeds for seniors. Number 4, sunflower seeds. Most people think sunflower seeds are completely harmless. They're sold at every grocery store, tossed on salads at restaurants, baked into health bars, mixed in a trail mix, promoted everywhere as a good source of vitamin E. They seem so innocent, so natural, but for seniors over 60, sunflower seeds can quietly transform into a metabolic nightmare. The hidden danger, omega-6 overload. Here's what the packaging doesn't tell you. These tiny kernels are extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. Now, omega-6s aren't inherently evil. In proper balance, they help with basic cell function and are necessary for health. But the key word is balance. Omega-6 fatty acids are the pro-inflammatory counterpart to omega-3s. When the ratio between them gets out of balance, your body shifts into an inflammatory state. And sunflower seeds throw that ratio completely out of control. The research. According to a 2022 study published in Nutrition and Aging, the ideal omega-6 to omega-3 ratio should be around 4 to 1. That's 4 parts omega-6 to 1 part omega-3. But sunflower seeds? They push that ratio up to 18 to 1 or even higher in seniors who snack on them daily. 18 to 1. That's more than 4 times the safe ratio. This excessive imbalance creates a perfect storm for chronic inflammation. Over time, this inflammation doesn't just cause minor discomfort. It triggers painful flare-ups in joints that seem to come from nowhere, stiffness in knees that makes walking torture, swelling in ankles and fingers, arterial stiffening that contributes to heart disease, brain inflammation that accelerates cognitive decline. And the worst part? Most seniors never connect these symptoms to their healthy seed habit. Real patient story. Margaret's transformation. Let me tell you about Margaret. Margaret is a 72-year-old retired librarian who spent her career surrounded by books and knowledge. She's sharp, curious, and always tried to make healthy choices. She came to us complaining of swollen ankles that wouldn't go down and constant fatigue that made her afternoon walks impossible. On paper, she was doing everything right. She walked daily. She cooked at home. She avoided processed foods. She was the model of healthy living. But something was clearly wrong. When we did a deep dive into her diet, we discovered the culprit hiding in plain sight. She was adding sunflower seeds to everything. Her morning granola? Sunflower seeds. Her lunch salad? Sunflower seeds. Her afternoon snack? A handful of sunflower seeds. She thought she was being healthy. She was actually fueling chronic inflammation. Her CRP levels, blood markers that measure inflammation, came back 3 times higher than the safe range. 3 times higher. From seeds, we made one major change. We removed the sunflower seeds completely and replaced them with a balanced mix of chia, properly soaked, and ground flax. The results were remarkable. Within just 10 days, her ankle swelling visibly reduced. By week 2, she noticed her shoes fitting normally again. Within 3 weeks, her energy improved dramatically. Her walking time increased from 10 minutes to nearly 40 minutes without fatigue. The brain fog she'd accepted as normal aging lifted. Her follow-up blood test showed a 42% drop in inflammation markers. 42% reduction from removing one seed. Margaret called us in tears. "I thought I was just getting old," she said. "I had no idea my healthy snack was making me sick." The solution: if you're over 60, especially if you suffer from arthritis, unexplained fatigue, high cholesterol, or chronic joint pain, you need to seriously rethink sunflower seeds. The safer alternative? Pumpkin seeds. They provide zinc and magnesium without the omega-6 overload. We'll cover them in detail later because they're one of the good seeds you should be eating. But for now, check your pantry. Check your trail mix. Check those healthy snack bars. If sunflower seeds are a regular part of your diet, it's time to make a change. Now, number 4 was hiding in plain sight on your grocery shelf. But number 3 is even sneakier. Most people don't even realize they're consuming it. It's not sprinkled on top of food. It's not in the seed aisle. It's hidden deep inside processed foods, and it could be silently damaging your heart. Number 3, cottonseed. Wait, cottonseed? From the cotton plant? Yes, and you're probably eating it without knowing. Cottonseed oil, extracted from cotton plants, is one of the cheapest oils used in the food industry. It's hidden inside processed snacks and chips, baked goods and crackers, healthy salad dressings, granola bars, roasted nuts, restaurant foods. It's rarely listed prominently. You have to read ingredient labels carefully to spot it. But here's why you need to spot it. The terrifying truth: gossypol. Cottonseed contains gossypol, a natural toxin that the cotton plant produces to protect itself from insects and pests. It's basically the plant's built-in pesticide. While this compound works great for keeping bugs away from cotton fields, it's incredibly harmful to human health, especially in seniors. Gossypol has been scientifically shown to interfere with the heart's electrical signaling, block calcium uptake in muscle cells, impair mitochondrial function, the process that generates energy inside every cell of your body, disrupt potassium regulation. The research: in a 2016 comprehensive review published in Toxicology Reports, researchers found alarming evidence. Gossypol exposure caused oxidative stress in cardiac tissue, disrupted potassium regulation, increased risk of arrhythmias, irregular heartbeats, sudden, unexplained fatigue. Both of these effects, the oxidative stress and the potassium disruption, increase the risk of dangerous heart rhythm problems. For seniors, this is particularly concerning. Why? Because aging bodies have slower detoxification systems, more fragile electrolyte balance, reduced ability to clear toxins, already stressed cardiac systems. What a 30-year-old's body might handle, a 70-year-old's body cannot. Real patient story: Joan's mystery symptoms. Joan is a 70-year-old retired teacher who had always taken her health seriously. After her doctor warned her about rising cholesterol, she immediately made changes. She switched to a low-fat diet, started reading labels, and chose foods marketed as heart-healthy. She began eating whole grain crackers, boxed granola cereals, low-calorie salad dressings, light snack products. She thought she was doing everything right. But within just 1 month, strange symptoms appeared. Constant crushing fatigue that sleep wouldn't fix. Fluttering sensations in her chest that came without warning. Muscle cramps that felt like something was crawling under her skin. Strange tingling in her extremities. She went to her cardiologist. Her ECG came back borderline, concerning but not abnormal enough for medication. She was told to monitor it, but the symptoms kept getting worse. When she finally came to us, we did something her other doctors hadn't: a complete nutrition audit. What we discovered shocked her. Nearly every packaged product she was eating listed cottonseed oil as one of the top 3 ingredients. Her healthy crackers? Cottonseed oil. Her light salad dressing? Cottonseed oil. Her granola bars? Cottonseed oil. She was consuming gossypol multiple times per day without knowing it. We made immediate changes. We cut out all products containing cottonseed oil and replaced her snacks with roasted chickpeas, fresh avocado slices, extra virgin olive oil for dressings, whole, unprocessed foods. The transformation was rapid. Within 2 weeks, her muscle spasms completely stopped. By week 3, her heart palpitations vanished entirely. She called us crying and said, "I feel alive again for the first time in months. I thought I was dying, and it was my food." The action step. Cottonseed oil is cheap, heavily processed, and almost never labeled with a warning. But it has absolutely no place in a senior's diet. If you're over 60, you must check every label. Look especially at baked snacks and crackers. Number 2, sesame seeds. Sesame seeds are everywhere. On hamburger buns at every fast food restaurant. Inside tahini, which is the main ingredient in hummus. Drizzled over Asian stir-fry dishes. Baked into healthy crackers and breads. Mixed into granola and trail mixes. They seem so harmless, so common, so accepted. But what most people over 60 don't realize is that sesame seeds contain powerful plant compounds that can trigger serious allergic responses, even if you've eaten them your whole life. Immune system overload. Mineral deficiencies that accelerate bone loss. This becomes especially dangerous with aging digestive systems, which are more sensitive and slower to detoxify inflammatory triggers. The phytate problem. One key issue is that sesame seeds are rich in phytate. Phytates are compounds that bind to essential minerals like calcium, magnesium, and zinc, and prevent your body from absorbing them. In a young, healthy gut with robust digestive acids and enzymes, this might not be a significant problem. But for seniors, phytates can block absorption of nutrients that are already in critically low supply. A 2020 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition delivered concerning findings. Researchers found that high phytate diets decreased calcium absorption in older adults by up to 27%. 27% less calcium reaching your bones. That's a direct pathway to accelerated osteoporosis, increased bone fracture risk, slower healing from injuries, greater risk of life-altering falls, the allergy epidemic. But the mineral issue isn't even the biggest concern. The bigger problem is the growing epidemic of sesame allergies, especially adult-onset allergies. In 2023, sesame became the 9th major allergen officially recognized by the FDA. This designation came after a dramatic surge of allergic reactions, most of which occurred in people over 50. These weren't dramatic anaphylactic reactions that send people to the emergency room. In seniors, sesame reactions often appear as chronic sinus congestion that never clears, unexplained skin rashes, persistent sneezing fits, low-grade fatigue that's never traced back to food, digestive upset after meals, joint inflammation that worsens mysteriously. These subtle symptoms can persist for years without anyone connecting them to sesame consumption. Real patient story. Linda's 6-year mystery solved. Linda is a 69-year-old retired nurse who spent her career caring for others. Now it was time for someone to care for her. She came to us with a constellation of symptoms that had plagued her for years. Severe joint pain in her hands and knees. Dry, flaky skin patches on her elbows that wouldn't heal. Persistent bloating after almost every meal. Fatigue that made afternoons unbearable. She had tried everything. She eliminated dairy. No improvement. She cut out gluten. No improvement. She stopped eating red meat. No improvement. Multiple doctors. Multiple diets. Multiple failures. When she came to us, we took a different approach. We tested her IgG antibody levels for various foods. The results revealed something that had gone completely unnoticed for years. A significant sesame sensitivity. When we looked at her diet, the source was obvious. She ate hummus almost daily. Hummus is made with tahini, which is ground sesame paste. Every serving delivered a dose of the exact trigger her immune system was fighting. We removed all sesame from her diet completely. No hummus, no tahini, no sesame oil, no foods with sesame seeds. We replaced her healthy fats with avocado, walnuts, and olive oil. The transformation was stunning. Within 2 weeks, her skin cleared up for the first time in years. By week 3, her gut calmed down. The bloating disappeared, and the joint pain she had battled for 6 years? Nearly gone. She told us, with tears in her eyes, "I feel 15 years younger. I can't believe it was sesame the whole time." The caution: if you're regularly eating hummus, tahini-based dressings, sesame oil, those trendy super seed crackers, Asian dishes with sesame, be cautious. There's nothing wrong with variety, but seniors need to stay far away from overloading on seeds that can leach essential minerals from aging bones, trigger hidden immune responses that masquerade as aging, especially when safer alternatives exist, which we'll reveal shortly. All right, we've reached the #1 seed on the danger list, and this one is going to shock you. It's the darling of the health food world. Influencers praise it constantly. Nutritionists recommend it. Health magazines feature it in every smoothie recipe. It's promoted as the ultimate superfood. But for seniors over 60, eaten the wrong way, it can land you in the emergency room. #1. Chia seeds when consumed improperly. Yes, chia, the so-called superfood that health influencers and nutritionists constantly praise. I know this is controversial. I know chia has devoted fans. But hear me out, because this could save your life or the life of someone you love. Here's what the wellness industry doesn't tell you. Chia seeds can be incredibly dangerous when consumed dry or improperly soaked. The expansion problem. Chia seeds have an extraordinary property. They can absorb up to 12 times their weight in liquid. 12 times. A single tablespoon of dry chia seeds can expand to fill nearly a quarter cup when hydrated. In a young, healthy digestive system with strong motility and plenty of digestive fluids, this expansion happens safely in the stomach. But in seniors, many people over 60 have slower gut motility, food moves more slowly, reduced digestive fluid production, GERD or acid reflux issues, IBS or digestive sensitivity, esophageal narrowing, more common than people realize, drier throats, and reduced saliva production. In these conditions, dry or partially soaked chia seeds can cause severe blockages. The medical evidence. This isn't theoretical. There are dozens of case studies published in medical journals documenting choking incidents from chia seed expansion, severe constipation requiring medical intervention, esophageal impaction requiring surgical removal. One study published in the Annals of Emergency Medicine described a horrifying case. A 72-year-old man developed a full esophageal obstruction, completely blocked, just 1 hour after eating a tablespoon of chia seeds with a small amount of water. He thought the chia would help clean out his gut. Instead, the seeds expanded in his esophagus before reaching his stomach, forming a gelatinous mass that completely blocked his ability to swallow. He required surgical removal of the chia seed mass. 1 tablespoon, 1 hour. Emergency surgery. He almost died from a superfood. Real patient story. Roberto's close call. Roberto is a 74-year-old former truck driver with a history of acid reflux. His well-meaning daughter bought him a wellness pack of superfood powders for his birthday, one of which contained chia seeds. She wanted to help her father get healthier. Her intentions were pure. Roberto began adding the chia to his morning cereal and afternoon smoothies. He didn't soak it first. He didn't know he was supposed to. The package didn't warn him. The health websites didn't mention it. The influencers who promoted it never explained the risks for seniors. Within 1 week, the problems began. Intense bloating that made him look pregnant. Sharp, stabbing stomach pains. Constipation so severe he couldn't have a bowel movement for 5 days. By the time he came to see us, he had a visibly distended abdomen. His face was pale. He was exhausted and scared. We immediately stopped all chia consumption. We gave him a gentle osmotic laxative to help clear the blockage that we had him switch to properly soaked ground flaxseed instead. By day 3, he was back to normal. We also educated him on how to properly prepare chia if he ever wanted to try it again, soaking it in liquid for at least 30 minutes before consuming, starting with tiny amounts. Roberto told us, "My daughter was trying to help me. Instead, she almost put me in the hospital." Nobody told us about this. The truth about chia. Let me be clear. Chia is not evil. It contains beneficial fiber, omega-3 fatty acids, and antioxidants. But it must be soaked fully and completely in liquid for at least 30 minutes. Started in tiny amounts, half teaspoon or less. Consumed with plenty of additional water. Avoided entirely by seniors with swallowing issues, GERD, or digestive motility problems. If you're over 60, never eat chia dry. Never consume it in powder form without full hydration. Always soak it until it becomes gel-like throughout. Start with minimal amounts and increase slowly. Or better yet, wait for seed number 2 on our good list, because it provides even better gut support and omega-3s without the risks. Now you know which seeds are silently hurting you. White sunflower seeds with their inflammatory omega-6 overload. Hidden cottonseed poisoning your heart and muscles. Sesame seeds blocking your minerals and triggering hidden allergies. And improperly consumed chia creating dangerous blockages. But here's the good news. It's time to flip the script, because the next 4 seeds can actually help reverse the damage. These are seeds that fight inflammation instead of causing it. Seeds that build your body instead of breaking it down. Seeds that can restore what's been lost. Let's start with one that might surprise you. The 4 best seeds for seniors. Number 4, black sesame seeds. Now, this might surprise you. Wait, didn't we just say sesame seeds were dangerous? Yes, but we were talking about processed white sesame seeds and tahini paste. Black sesame seeds are completely different. These are the unhulled, unrefined version, with their outer shell intact and their full nutritional power preserved. What makes black sesame different? Black sesame seeds are rich in lignans, powerful antioxidants that help reduce oxidative stress in aging brain cells and blood vessels. Unlike regular white sesame, they retain their complete mineral content. They're not stripped of their protective outer shell. They're not roasted in unhealthy oils. They're typically consumed in small, medicinal doses. In Eastern medicine, black sesame seeds have been used for centuries to support brain health and memory, healthy aging, blood pressure regulation, hair and skin vitality. And modern science is proving the ancient wisdom correct. The research, a 2021 study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry, produced remarkable findings. Researchers studied daily intake of black sesame seeds in older adults aged 65 to 78. Participants consumed just 2 teaspoons daily for 60 days. The results: a 13% drop in systolic blood pressure, 22% higher scores on memory recall tests, improved cognitive performance across multiple measures, better antioxidant status in blood markers. From 2 teaspoons, 2 months, no modifications. Real patient story, Siam's cognitive revival. Siam is a 70-year-old retired math teacher who spent her life sharpening minds. But in recent years, her own mind had been failing her. She came to us feeling increasingly forgetful and low on energy. She'd walk into rooms and forget why. She'd lose track of conversations mid-sentence. Her blood pressure was borderline high. Not enough for medication, but concerning. Her neurologist had warned her she was showing early signs of mild cognitive impairment, the stage that often precedes dementia. She was terrified of losing herself. Rather than immediately pursuing medications, we tried a nutritional intervention first. We introduced 1 teaspoon of ground black sesame mixed with a small amount of raw honey and warm water every morning. Simple, inexpensive, no side effects. Within 1 month, the changes were noticeable. Her focus improved significantly. She could follow conversations again. She started remembering details she thought were gone forever, even recalling student names from decades past. Her blood pressure dropped from 142/88 to 128/80 without any medication. She told us, "I feel like the lights came back on in my brain." How to use black sesame properly. Here's the critical guidance. It must be black sesame, not the pale, toasted kind sold at most grocery stores. It should be consumed ground or soaked, not raw whole seeds, which are harder to digest. It should be part of a diverse diet, not something you overload on. 1 to 2 teaspoons daily, mixed into warm water with honey, added to smoothies, or sprinkled on oatmeal. Seniors need the vascular support, brain clarity, and antioxidant protection these tiny seeds offer, but only when sourced and prepared properly. Number 3. Flax seeds. Flax seeds are the quiet champions for seniors. They don't have flashy marketing campaigns. They're rarely featured on TV health segments. They don't have celebrity endorsements. But what they do inside your body is absolutely extraordinary. The omega-3 powerhouse. Flax seeds contain high levels of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fat that helps reduce chronic inflammation throughout your entire body. But that's not even their most impressive feature. Flax seeds are the richest dietary source of lignans on the planet. Lignans are natural plant compounds that help balance hormones naturally, improve digestive regularity, protect cardiovascular health, support healthy cholesterol levels, may even reduce cancer risk. No other common food comes close to flax for lignin content. The blood pressure research. In 2018, a landmark study published in Hypertension Research followed 110 older adults over 70 with borderline high blood pressure. Half the group received a daily muffin containing 30 grams of ground flaxseed. The other half received an identical-looking placebo muffin with no flax. Neither group knew which muffin they were eating. After 6 months, the results were dramatic. The flaxseed group showed a reduction of 15 millimeters of mercury in systolic pressure, top number. A drop of 7 millimeters of mercury in diastolic pressure, bottom number. To put this in perspective, that level of blood pressure reduction is on par with many first-line blood pressure medications. But without the side effects, without the prescriptions, without the cost, just ground flax seeds in a muffin. Real patient story. Youssef's triple transformation. Youssef is a 68-year-old retired taxi driver who had been struggling for years. His cholesterol was stubbornly high despite dietary changes. His constipation was chronic and uncomfortable. His digestion felt heavy and sluggish after every meal. His daughter finally convinced him to try adding ground flaxseed to his morning yogurt. We started small, just 1 teaspoon daily, then built up to 2 teaspoons after a week. By the 3rd week, something remarkable happened. Youssef reported having daily, effortless bowel movements for the first time in years. The heavy, tight feeling after meals disappeared. His energy improved noticeably. When we ran follow-up blood work after 3 months, total cholesterol dropped from 218 to 174. Triglycerides decreased by 33%. LDL, bad cholesterol, fell significantly. HDL, good cholesterol, remained stable. He told us, "I feel lighter. I feel cleaner. I feel younger." The key to flax success. The secret to unlocking flax's benefits is grinding it fresh. Whole flax seeds have a hard outer shell that your digestive system cannot break through. If you eat whole flax seeds, they'll pass right through you undigested. You'll get none of the benefits. You must either grind them fresh at home in a coffee grinder. Buy pre-ground flax, sometimes called flax meal. Important storage note. Ground flax contains delicate oils that go rancid quickly when exposed to air and light. Always store ground flax in the refrigerator in an airtight container. Use within a few weeks. How to consume. Mix into smoothies. Stir into oatmeal. Add to yogurt. Blend into homemade salad dressings. One caution. Don't cook flax at high temperatures. The heat destroys the beneficial compounds. Add it to foods after cooking. For seniors dealing with stiff arteries, sluggish digestion, rising cholesterol, or chronic constipation, ground flaxseed is one of the best daily habits you can start right now. Number 2, pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds, also called pepitas, are one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the entire planet. Yet they're almost completely overlooked in senior nutrition. While people obsess over exotic superfoods from distant countries, These humble green seeds sit ignored in the grocery store, despite being exactly what aging bodies need. The zinc factor. Pumpkin seeds are absolutely loaded with zinc. Zinc is a mineral that plays a major role in immune function, fighting off infections, wound healing, recovering from injuries, muscle repair and maintenance, cognitive function, hormone production. Here's the problem for seniors. Older adults often have chronically low zinc levels. Why? Because zinc absorption requires adequate stomach acid, and stomach acid production naturally decreases with age. The result of zinc deficiency: slow healing from cuts and injuries, frequent colds and infections, progressive muscle weakness mistaken for just aging, poor appetite, hair loss, and skin problems. Many seniors are walking around zinc deficient without knowing it. The magnesium miracle. Pumpkin seeds are also rich in magnesium, a mineral involved in over 300 cellular processes. One of the most important? Muscle contraction and relaxation. Without adequate magnesium, muscles cramp and spasm. Sleep becomes difficult. Anxiety increases. Heart rhythm can become irregular. The research. A 2019 study in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition produced compelling evidence. Researchers followed 76 adults over 65 who suffered from chronic leg cramps, poor sleep quality, restless leg symptoms. Participants added just 30 grams of pumpkin seeds, about a small handful, daily for 4 weeks. The results: 71% reported significantly improved sleep. Leg cramps reduced by 48%. Overall quality of life scores improved. For weeks. 1 handful of seeds. Dramatic improvements. Real patient story. Adil's nighttime torture ends. Adil is a 73-year-old man who worked in construction his entire life. His body had served him well for decades, but now it was betraying him. Every night, the same torture. Restless legs that wouldn't stop moving, cramping calves that woke him in agony, and an inability to stay asleep for more than 2 hours at a time. He tried everything: drinking more water, taking calcium supplements, stretching before bed. Nothing helped. His wife was exhausted too. His jumping legs kept her awake. When we tested Adil's mineral levels, the picture became clear. His magnesium was low. His zinc was borderline deficient. Classic mineral depletion from aging digestive systems. We didn't give him pills or prescriptions. We told him to start eating pumpkin seeds daily. About a small handful, roasted lightly, unsalted, chewed slowly and thoroughly. Within 2 weeks, the cramps were gone. After 1 month, he slept through the entire night for the first time in years. His wife later told us, laughing through happy tears, that she could finally sleep too, because his jumping legs had completely stopped. How to use pumpkin seeds for seniors struggling with muscle loss, poor sleep, slow healing, leg cramps, restless legs, frequent illness. Pumpkin seeds are often the missing piece. Just 1 small handful daily, about 30 grams or a quarter cup. No powders, no pills, no complicated protocols. Just real, whole food doing what nature intended. Choose raw or lightly roasted. Avoid heavily salted versions. Chew thoroughly to maximize absorption. We've reached the #1 seed. The single most important seed every senior should eat daily. This is the one that helped a 76-year-old woman walk without her cane again. The one that reduced inflammation by over 1/3 in clinical trials. The one with the most perfectly balanced nutrition profile of any seed on Earth. If you only add 1 seed to your diet after watching this video, make it this one. #1. Hemp seeds. Hemp seeds. These tiny, beige-colored seeds come from the hemp plant. But before you worry, let me be clear. They contain 0 THC. None. You cannot get high from hemp seeds. They're completely legal, completely safe, and sold in every health food store. What hemp seeds do contain is extraordinary. The perfect omega balance. Hemp seeds have one of the most perfectly balanced ratios of omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acids found in any whole food. Remember how we talked about sunflower seeds throwing your omega ratio out of balance? Hemp seeds do the opposite. They help restore proper balance. This balance is absolutely critical for seniors battling chronic inflammation, brain fog and cognitive decline, muscle wasting and weakness, joint pain and stiffness, cardiovascular issues, the GLA advantage. But hemp seeds have something even more special. They're rich in gamma-linolenic acid, GLA, a rare anti-inflammatory compound that's difficult to find in food. GLA has been shown to regulate hormones naturally, reduce joint pain and stiffness, support healthy metabolism, calm overactive immune responses, improve skin health and elasticity. Very few foods contain significant GLA. Hemp seeds are one of the best sources. The clinical trial evidence. A 2022 clinical trial published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition and Aging produced remarkable results. Researchers gave 30 grams of hemp seeds daily to a group of adults aged 65 to 79 for 8 weeks. That's about 3 tablespoons, easily added to a morning smoothie. After just 8 weeks, CRP inflammation markers dropped by 36%. HDL, good cholesterol, increased by 19%. Grip strength improved in 72% of participants. Let me emphasize that last point. 72% of seniors showed measurable improvement in grip strength, a key indicator of overall muscle health and longevity. From eating seeds, real patient story, Sarah walks again. Let me share one of the most inspiring patient stories I've ever witnessed. Sarah is a 76-year-old woman who had used a cane for years. Arthritis in both knees had stolen her mobility. Every step was painful. Walking more than a few minutes was impossible. She had tried multiple prescription medications, anti-inflammatory creams and gels, joint supplements like glucosamine, physical therapy. Nothing provided lasting relief. When she came to us, her lab work told the story. Chronic, low-grade inflammation throughout her entire body. Her CRP levels were persistently elevated. Her muscles had weakened from years of reduced activity. Her spirit had dimmed from years of pain. We introduced one simple change. 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds daily, blended into her morning smoothie with almond milk, a banana, and a few dates for sweetness. We also encouraged light daily walking, just 5 to 10 minutes, whatever she could manage. The changes came gradually, then dramatically. By week 3, she noticed less joint stiffness in the mornings. Getting out of bed became easier. By week 6, something remarkable happened. She was walking without her cane on most days. Not perfectly, not quickly, but independently. After 2 full months, her joint swelling had reduced so dramatically that she could kneel down. She started gardening again, something she'd given up years ago. Her energy improved noticeably. Her mood lifted as her body healed. Sarah told us, through tears of joy, I got my life back. I never thought I'd garden again. I never thought I'd walk without pain. 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds. That's what started her transformation. Why hemp seeds are perfect for seniors. Hemp seeds have unique advantages for aging bodies. They're soft. No hard shells to crack or choke on. They're buttery, pleasant, mild, nutty flavor. They're easy to digest, gentle on sensitive stomachs. They require no preparation, no soaking, no grinding, no special handling. They're versatile. Mix into smoothies, sprinkle on soups, stir into yogurt, add to salads. They're safe for dental issues, soft enough for sensitive teeth. They're powerful, reducing chronic pain without side effects. How to use hemp seeds. For anyone over 60 dealing with chronic fatigue, sore stiff joints, brain fog and memory issues, muscle weakness, inflammatory conditions. This one simple habit can restore energy and mobility faster than almost anything we've seen. Recommended dose, 3 tablespoons daily. Best time, morning, to start your day with anti-inflammatory power. Easy methods. Blend into smoothies. They disappear completely. Sprinkle on oatmeal or cereal. Stir into yogurt. Add to salads. Mix into soups after cooking. Start today. Feel the difference within weeks. Oh, there you have it. The 4 worst seeds you should never touch. Sunflower seeds, omega-6 overload creating chronic inflammation. Cottonseed, hidden toxins damaging your heart. Sesame seeds, mineral blockers and hidden allergens. Improperly prepared chia, dangerous expansion risks for seniors. And the 4 best seeds you should eat daily. Hemp seeds, the perfect anti-inflammatory powerhouse. Pumpkin seeds, zinc and magnesium for muscles and sleep. Flax seeds, omega-3s and lignans for heart and digestion. Black sesame seeds, brain support and blood pressure control. And remember, this isn't about putting out all seeds or living in fear of food. It's about knowing what works for your body now that you're older. What worked perfectly at 40 might actually hurt you at 70. Your body has changed. Your digestion has changed. Your nutritional needs have changed. But with the right choices, real, nutrient-rich, anti-inflammatory seeds, you can fight back against aging, reclaim your health, restore your sleep, rebuild your energy, reduce your pain. The power is in your hands, or rather, in your kitchen. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you tried any of these seeds before? What's the one thing you struggle with most? Joints, digestion, or sleep? Have you noticed any symptoms after eating certain seeds? Share your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We genuinely love reading them. We respond to every comment with personalized insights. Your story might help someone else watching right now. And if you found this video helpful, if this information opened your eyes to something you didn't know, share it with someone you care about. A parent, a spouse, a sibling, a friend. Because after 60, health is no longer a luxury. It's the foundation for everything else, for independence, for joy, for the life you deserve to live. Don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Spread it. Share it. Help others. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.